What's going on, gentlemen?
What's up?
Another Tuesday night. We're into October, bro. It's
I
It's
know.
getting flying. Shit's flying.
getting weird, bro. Getting real weird. Thankfully, it's getting a little bit cooler. Unfortunately, we're in the middle of hurricane season, but we'll see how we get through it, right? Well, I mean, you guys don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, that's what we thought 2 years ago when we had that derecho hit, which is basically a landlocked state hurricane.
Okay, thinks he was in a hurricane. He just fell asleep with his ceiling fan on high.
Let's say, come on down, bro. Come on.
Bro, I've been through hurricanes. I used to live in Pascagoula, Mississippi.
Yeah, I know. I'm just gonna mess with you.
Yeah,
how about that one of 1836? Was that one pretty bad?
Yeah, that was when they just called them all.
It wasn't a hurricane. That's when Moses was like, he's like,
yeah,
Moses,
they only had two names for hurricanes back then: Maud and Louise.
Maud, Louise.
Maud. He said Maud.
Yeah, let's see. You're really showing your age. I don't even know what the hell that is.
Hurricane 1 and 2.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. Good evening, folks. This is Scram, Jett. Another Tuesday night for you. It is the 5th of October already. Like we're saying. Oh my gosh, dude! 2021. Could it get any better?
2020.1.
Yeah, is everybody just like just absolutely thrilled over how everything's going?
Dude, I called it. I predicted all this stuff was going to happen. This is exactly how I wanted the year to go. I'm also mentally going through some shit. So
I'm one of the few people that this whole thing has not affected me at all. I still do my beer strolls. I've worn a mask 3 times since the whole thing started.
Holy crap!
Yeah, we're wearing masks when I fly. About it.
Good day, mate. Glad to have you with us, buddy, on your break. Mr. Boyles, our condolences, brother. Not sure what went on, but our condolences.
Yeah, bummer. Wow.
Right now.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, hurricanes like sex, comes in hot and heavy, leaves wet and blown dry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depends. Yeah,
Yeah, if you're doing it right.
Yeah, Miss Combat Cricket. Hello.
Also, hurricanes like that because if you you can also lose all your shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, at least half of it. At least half of it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good evening. 8 p.m. here, bro. Just saying.
Down in the
daylight savings time started down there.
See, Pornhub ruined ATM for me. I'm just going to say that. Okay.
What?
I don't know where that came from, but cool.
Well, no, you said ATM like at the moment, right?
Oh, I didn't.
Anyway, my bad.
No, he didn't say that. No.
Never mind. I heard
no one said that at the moment.
No one said that.
That was the voices talking.
I don't know, man. Love you, Si. Hi, Dad.
I'm gonna have to get more of that, whatever that was.
Yeah. So anybody,
hey, Rusty. So I finally took my bike out on more, not austere rides, but I went up Van Acker Canyon through Rapid all the way to Sturgis, and it was good. It was good and tight.
No rash to speak of.
No, I was smart riding. Minus the car on my ass who surely got off of it because I decided to slow way down. If they wanted to ride my butt, I was like, all right, cool, ride it.
Mm-hmm. I got insurance.
Slowed way down.
And we're doing 10 miles an hour.
Yep. So anybody else is in the bikes, there is a huge vintage festival at Barber Motorsports Park in Birmingham, Alabama. Nice. They have probably one of the best and most beautiful vintage motorcycle museums in probably the entire world. These guys also have old school Indy cars hanging on the wall. They have a huge complete workshop, machine shop, restoration shop downstairs that they used to allow access to the public. Actually, I think they might have for a little bit. My dad was an AMA congressman for a while and got to go down there and see a bunch of cool stuff. So big swap meet. They literally have a race where the bike cannot be younger than 100 years old. So you're talking about, 1903, Harleys, and now you're getting up into the teens and stuff like that. So it's a sight to behold.
And sure. Back then, a lot of guys would just buy stuff and make a bike in their garage.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. Yeah, sorry to hear that again, Mike, for sure.
Dang, yeah.
I'll be right back.
Evening, Miss Sheila. Up in my area or down in my area? It depends. I mean, Alabama's a tall state. I'm at the very bottom, literally. So let me know, seriously, if you're going to be around.
Nice.
Yes, we've already been talking a little bit. Well, me and Felix over text about renting a bike when I get up there. So we have to find another one for you. Well, I mean, we can find our own, but for sure. Oh, take it easy, brother. Let us know how everything goes. Let us know if you're going to be anywhere close, because I will be here. Well, my next 2 weekends are kind of packed. So, well, let me even introduce the stinking show. This is Scram, Jett. This is started on a whim on another network that we were on a while back, because we needed to fill a slot because those hosts could not make it that night. And me and Felix got on here and just started throwing stuff out there about our military careers, about our hobbies, our passions that keep a sense of mission after we've left the military and the Air Force in our cases, especially being aircraft maintainers, being gearheads, doing, mechanical stuff, doing what we like to do. That's primarily what this show is about, keeping your mind off things or keeping your mind focused on things that are constructive. We try not to get all doom and gloom, but I will put this out there. If you're having problems, reach out. Please reach out. There are absolutely thousands of resources out there. Friends, family, hotlines, organizations, and we'll keep rolling some across the bottom for sure. Here's a special one to everybody's heart on this station, Sacred Mountain Retreat. We'll get into that a little bit later. Seriously, don't take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Anxiety, depression, all that stuff. You got to exercise your mind, man. You can't dwell on thoughts. Just get out there, do what you love to do. Find something that you love to do. Stay focused and charge ahead. We know how to do that in the military. We always have. Just transfer it to your civilian lifestyle now. I know you got a bunch of civilians around you that don't know how to stay in their lane and don't know how to keep their mouth shut and don't know that you could throat punch them at any second of the day. Just I know how it is. Trust me. I do. We're here. Jump in the comments, BS with us, have fun with us. We're on for another, hour and 50 minutes. Man, we're here, man. Interact with us. Roll with us. Submit your ideas. If you're crazy enough, we might invite you on with us. Who knows? So that's Scram, Jett for sure. I am W, aka Webb. I'm on the South Coast, Mobile, Alabama. I 10 years Air Force, aircraft metals technology, machining, welding, fabricating. During that time, I owned my own business, which is a crazy mistake because I already had a stacked schedule. Did a short tour in Turkey. We all know around that area what was going on. Did some things we can't talk about, but for the most part, I stood up the F-35 program at Eglin. I worked on B-1s with Felix Irving up there in South Dakota. Still one of my favorite places ever. So that's what I am. Uncle Si, what's going
on? Nothing. Uncle Si here. Army, did National Guard, Reserves, Active Guard, full-time active duty, so I pretty much did a lot in the Army. Got out before 9/11, so a lot of this kit and no shining boots is, new to me. I don't agree with it, but it's, whatever.
Well, we'll wait till, he'll be back whenever.
I want to buy him a new microwave so it stops that freaking blinking back there. That just aggravates me so bad.
Well, if he's sitting there, you can't see it.
I know, but he's not sitting there and it's just flashing. It's like back in the day when the VCRs, and I'm dating myself again.
Oh, no, you're not.
when they would flash, and you're like, my dad would call me down to like, hey, fix the clock on the dang VCR, you know.
Mm-hmm. I had a microwave with a corded remote. We used to play jump rope with it. Mr. Boyles, absolutely stick with us if you can. No big deal. Dan Stilson, howdy, brother. I don't know if I've seen you before. Welcome for sure.
Yeah, I think he's been in once or twice. Dan's, yeah, he's been around for a while.
Shelly Richard King, Sayo, what's up, brother?
I had somebody, it was freaking hilarious because like on Facebook, I got 2 different accounts, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, and neither of them say Uncle Cy. It's just like Cy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was shooting the breeze in a group with somebody, and it just dawned on them, and they were like, "Oh my God, you're Uncle Cy from the podcast." And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "That's freaking cool. Awesome." You know, and I'm like, "Okay." You know.
Yeah. Sweet Home Alabama. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
It's just weird how, you know, like stuff gets out there and stuff. And like, I got that nickname, sheesh, probably 6-7 years ago, you know, before any of this stuff, you know, was even thought of. And
yeah, Duck Commander.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know.
Are you ready to come in? Are you?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
You could just see the joy on her face that they're packed and gone.
Yeah, it took a while. They came probably around 10 a.m. this morning, and it took them all day to do it. 152 of that, or 157?
57.
157 boxes.
Whew, that's a lot of stuff.
So we cross your fingers, we don't go overweight.
Ooh, yeah.
Because we're worried now.
I had a buddy when he finally PCS'd and they pay your final move, you know, in the military. He didn't have nothing because he was single living in the barracks, right? So he had like no furniture. He had like a TV and some other junk. But he rented a U-Haul and drove his Honda CRX into the back of the U-Haul and then packed everything else around it. And they paid him for it, and he still didn't go overweight. And we were like, what the heck, dude? You know?
Yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
None of us thought that his car would fit into it. And we were like, how are you going to get out? And he goes, sunroof. And we're like, oh, smart. Yeah, good idea.
Let's see. Oh, okay. I see it now. Jade, I see it now. Give me just a second. See what we can do.
So I am on my iPad, so I don't have access to pull stuff up.
No, that's okay. It's okay.
So I won't for probably a good month. But
That's
the good
all right.
news is the current. So remember I told you we weren't getting keys until the 9th? We
Yeah.
got good news today. The tenants are moving out Friday. So we should be able to get the keys when we get there. So I don't have to stay with my in-laws.
Nice. Came back for some good news.
Yeah.
How you doing?
And we're
We already do
packed
their introductions.
I did. Kittens just popped on. No. It's between Kittens and American. So
I'm cuddling kittens. I'm an Air Force veteran. I work B1s at F-16 motors. I do various hobbies, like various crafty type hobbies. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I go to college online.
and she's in the middle of a PCS, or her husband
Yes.
and her in the middle of a PCS.
Yes.
Yes.
Those are always fun.
Can you bring me
Sounds
my
like-
monster?
Are you having dinner on the back porch?
They took our light bulbs to our lamps, so I have no interior lighting. I did not think this one through.
Oh my God. Light bulbs? Wow.
Yeah, they do all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will pack a trash can full of trash.
Yeah, they've
I've
done
seen
that.
that. I've seen that. Yeah. I've seen the guy open his box and he pulls out a trash can with moldy trash in it. And he's like, oh.
Yeah. Thankfully, they didn't do that. We did feed them. They asked for Popeyes, and I was like, anything you guys want. And they're like, we like Popeyes. I was like, perfect. They're like, anything but pizza. And I'm like, I understand.
Yeah,
So
I
I miss
understand. Yeah.
introductions.
It's your turn to introduce
It's your
yourself.
turn.
Oh, how you doing? Hi, everybody. I'm surprised this hand works right now. But anyway,
We don't want to know why. Don't.
you'll learn later. I was playing with some wood. Anyway, I'm Felix Irving, the American owner and operator of Beardbq Sauce, or Beardbq Co. now, with the DBAs of Beardbq Sauce and Beardbq Foods and Catering. Just what I do. So slinging barbecue sauce and seasonings and spreading as much positivity as possible. You know,
I feel like I should be hitting that like button on TikTok. And it's like,
TikTok.
oh, we're not on TikTok. I can't tap the like button.
We got our TikTok back. If you guys want to follow me, it's Barbecue Sauce 2. We are building up our account after losing a 30,000 follower account. And tomorrow, I think we're doing a really amazing giveaway. So
Awesome.
we'll talk about, well, not tomorrow, but we're going to be talking about it. It's just been a very busy time. My son's 21. His 21st birthday was yesterday.
Oh, no.
Happy birthday, Oz.
1-year-old. Anyway, that happened. I don't feel like responsible enough to
I do not feel like a responsible adult.
I have a 21-year-old who takes all the irresponsibility. So, hey, somewhere.
Have kids, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
Get dogs. Anyway.
Yeah. Have pets.
It's one of those funny things I say because I love my boy, but I always joke. I'm like, kids are a good idea until you have them.
I used to always say the best kinds of kids are the ones you can give back.
True.
You can give them all back.
Or up. I mean, depends on how heartless you are and, how bored
true.
you are.
Unfortunately, mine don't go for that much on the market. It's the black market, but they don't really go for that much on the black market.
Yeah, we abolished those markets in the 1860s, bro. Just saying. A long time ago.
That's converted.
Oh, my gosh. Oh. And away we go.
Yeah, I try to be that person that says what I want to say and do what I want to do.
Yeah.
But I have been behaving on TikTok as of late because they like to smack PPs a lot for being funny. Like there was a video out there of I think it was a wolf. Someone did a video of the story of the hellhound. Like where the origin of the hellhound came from, and that it was a smoky hound that if it went into a building, it'd burn up a building, and how it attacked people in the church and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, if you ever see a hellhound, stay away from it. And I'm like, yeah, but there's going to be a white woman who goes, oh, a puppy. A puppy. Let's take it out.
And the hellhound's going to roll over his belly.
It's like,
Yeah.
Do you want a treat? You want a treat?
Who's a good puppy? Who's a good puppy?
Who's a little bitty hellhound?
It's like, oh man, I almost don't want to take you to hell now.
Devil's like, where's my doggy at?
He got hooked on teriyaki beef jerky somewhere.
Susan got him.
Mm-hmm. All right, I want to go through the slide real quick. We are on the Veterans Anonymous Network. You can watch us right now on twitch.tv/vetsanon, or until the hate raids come through. We've had a couple of those lately, just random people focus on this Twitch and drop idiotic comments, and we've had to basically just kick off Twitch. But if you're on it right now, I'd suggest you get on our YouTube or our Facebook or something like that, or follow the Scram Jett Facebook page or YouTube page, any of those other ones besides Twitch. Not denouncing Twitch. It's just you guys know how it is.
Denounce Twitch. Oh no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not right now. Not right now.
All right.
I'm just saying, if it happens, you'll see it.
Hey guys,
redo
the signs. Redo the signs. We're not doing that. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Redo the signs.
The
I'm just telling you, we've had to do it probably 3 times here recently. We just had to kick off Twitch. So just letting you guys know, it's just another outlet for us to reach, other veterans. As you saw, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, Veterans Anonymous. Right now, you're watching Scram Jett, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesdays. You can watch The Crossroads with Combat Cricket, usually the American, usually Uncle Si, and usually Cuddling Kittens, but she's going to be in the middle of PCSing. This is more of an introductory show to our network. Lots of games, Family Feud, trivia, things like that. Lots of ways to get your feet wet for a veterans live streaming kind of deal. that's how I literally came to be on a Veterans Network. Not this one, but one before we had, and kind of rolled into, hey, you got your own show, bro. What's up? So lots of fun. Didn't think I would really like it all that much, but I mean, here I am every Tuesday.
I like it. I love it.
It helps all of us. You know what I mean? We're all here. See, you can't help but love these freaking idiots. So.
But you can't, because they can't see what I'm looking at on the bottom.
Oh yeah, you guys couldn't see it. Let me hurry up and finish this. So
everyone's like, "Whoa, what's going on?
What's going on?" They're all dancing to freaking. What was that? Billy Ray Cyrus?
I don't know. It's kind of music. Don't ask me.
I think it probably is. On
Felix,
7 p.m. Central
you're
Standard
more
Time
country than I am, Felix.
Yeah, he is.
But I don't remember. I don't have a music acumen like people think. I don't remember shit like that. I remember food and stuff.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to that, you'd be like, "Oh, what's that?"
Okay.
I used to have
Hold on. Let me
Bro,
finish the slide.
Come on.
Then we can get back into it.
A slide. All right, cool.
We kept driving into it. Yeah. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on Thursdays is our resident Marines, our full metal crayon eaters. We still cannot believe we let them give you a weekend safety briefing. One of them right now, Kyle Killinger, aka Baby Jesus, is on a 3,000-mile run across America to raise awareness for veteran suicide. Please go visit his page at Because He's My Brother. And if you feel so inclined, please go donate at Venmo Because He's My Brother. Yes. All of this is either self-funded or crowd-funded. The guy is literally run from California. And now, is he getting into like Ohio area right now?
I think he's getting close. Yeah.
Because I was up in Kentucky this last weekend. And I'm like, man, if he's within 500 miles of me, I'm probably going to make a side trip. But he was way more than 500 miles from me.
That's too bad.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I was up there for work and stuff like that, but it is what it is. Please go check his page out. Check them out tomorrow as well. Or on Thursday. We are the Veterans Anonymous Network. We are anonymous.
But not too anonymous where you can't find us.
Not too anonymous. You can find us. It's okay. Yeah, that's the whole point. You know, we're here for our veterans, man.
Yeah.
I've known this guy for actually quite a while. He is a part of one of our local drift teams. He's been actually a big part of the drift community all around the country for a while. And we got to sit and talk this weekend up in Kentucky because he's up there supporting a couple of people. Yep. And I'm not going to call you out, but I love you, brother, and I'll see you again this weekend. But we talked a good while about it, and he's disabled, not too much physically. I mean, he's got some physical ailments like I do. But it's some tough times. He was Army and MP and all this stuff. And
all you gotta say is the Army, and we figured he has some,
and an MP. We know combat cricket, so I'm just kidding.
It's like
just kidding. We love all of you. Doesn't matter. No, but I got to sit and talk. We were literally at a freaking bar in Kentucky, chilling out, and started talking to him. Like, hey man, oh my gosh, I keep forgetting he's a veteran, and started talking to him about it. I was like, hey man, Tuesday night I'm going to be live streaming. We have Veterans Anonymous Network, all this stuff, and it's literally, I do stuff obviously that I like, drifting and cooking and stuff like that, and he's deep into drifting. So I'm like, I sent him a message right before this. I'm like, hit it up, man, just watch us. We're just BSing. Get in the comments if you want to. If not, just sit around and laugh at all those idiots. So that's what it's about, I think. You know what I mean? Sharing our craziness through the hobbies that we collect after the service, because we do get a little nuts with what we do. You know what I mean?
Very true. I'm slinging sauce on TikTok as we're on here.
I know. I figured.
You're like that Troy Polamalu commercial for Head and Shoulders. I am always working. I'm never not working.
Dude, I am. This last weekend was the very beginning of a 3-week straight nonstop working fest. I left on Thursday, drove to Kentucky, and started working Friday at Ford Fest. We put on the drift events and coordinate all the crazy stuff up there. Friday, Saturday, Sunday did get rained out, but we still had a few cleanup things to do. That's fine, no big deal. And then drove to Prattville Sunday night, stayed with my sister, came back home yesterday.
we go.
We're still doing a few
Can
work
still see my
things,
screen.
and then today finally went back to my real job.
No
And then
problem.
Friday afternoon, I will be going to Florida for the Clutch Kickers round 5, the last round of this year's $100,000 series. Work that Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. Go back to work on Monday and all week Monday, and then Friday afternoon I'll be going back to Florida for another drift event at the same track by a different organization until Sunday, and then back to work at my real job. So it's kind of gonna be 5 weeks of nonstop work without a
That's
day
fun.
off.
Hey, welcome to my world.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. I do.
You know,
But, man,
I went to Kansas this weekend with the wife, and we went out and supported the Hatfield clan. Friend of ours, she was stationed here at Ellsworth. She is a drone operator.
What? I'm part of the McCoys, bro.
Okay. Anyway. But no, you're not. You're not married to your wife or your sister. You're married to someone outside your family, so you're good.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
But no, she retired after 24 years of active duty service to our country.
Congrats.
That was pretty banging to see her in her retirement ceremony, and they got her to cry. She retired as a first sergeant up there in the med group, but she went through aircraft maintenance was her first billet as a first sergeant. Bless her heart. That is definitely like when she told me she was going to be a first shirt for maintenance, I was like, oh,
good luck, buddy. Good luck.
So everything you hear, literally get a filter for it, like just because you will literally want to be like, no, bad dog. But no, she's amazing. You know, they have four amazing kids. We got to go down there. Josh was my just like Webb, my drinking and barbecue bud when I was here. Always kind of get those guys together, and we did a good bit of drinking when we were there. You know, smoking cigars out in the garage.
Yeah, you called me on one of them strolls from the bar to the hotel, bro.
Oh yeah, I did. There's this place called Chicken and a Pickle, which was amazing. It's an
chicken and a pickle.
Yeah, it's like an outdoor, indoor, like adult game place where there's giant.
Sounds like an adult store.
Yeah, you think so? But there's like giant Jengas and pickleball and just giant battleship you could play and drink and eat and have fun, indoor, outdoor. It was Oktoberfest, so we got to go there and do that. And yeah, no, it was a good time had by all. You know, minus the small airplanes flying there and wearing masks in airports and whatnot. But and Kansas is not relatively free, but I still walked around without my shit on. So, but I did get a really cool bottle.
Uh-oh.
I was there.
Uh-oh.
Because we gotta always stop and check out the liquor stores. This is Horse Soldier.
Nice.
It's a bourbon. They call it Forge and Fire. So if you guys remember that movie with the guys in Afghanistan who rode the horses in the battle.
Yeah.
This is
it's Thor, bro. It's Thor.
Huh?
It was Thor.
Oh yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, Chris
But
Hemsworth.
this is actually signed by the maker of the bourbon. I don't know if he was one of the vets. I haven't actually been able to really
Track
look
that down,
into the bourbon. But when they were there, I guess he lives in Kansas or comes there quite a bit because they had about 5 bottles with his signature on it.
Nice.
Different levels of the bourbon. But yeah, I figured I'd support a veteran-owned company. Haven't cracked it yet. Waiting for a buddy to come over and we're gonna sample it, try it out, see how good it is. Because my biggest thing is, just because you're veteran owned doesn't mean you can make crap. You still have to have something good. Just because you slap on the moniker on there, and it doesn't say veteran owned on here, somewhere it might.
Well, it's like with anything, t-shirts. You know, if you got a crappy product, I don't care if you're a freaking combat vet. You know, I ain't gonna support you. If you got a good product, hey.
Yeah. And but it seems like it's a good product. I heard some tales about the label. I need to look up some stuff. So when I do my research and homework, I'll take a look. But you know, the liquor store I was at, nice family-owned store, and every suggestion that the guy gave me because I walked in and told him I didn't know nothing about bourbon. Every suggestion he gave me,
I mean, you don't, so
was a very good suggestion on the bourbons that I liked. And even the ones that I didn't like a lot, he would tell me like, well, this one is good if you add like an ice cube to it. It'll open up. And I was like, oh, this guy is not just trying to sell me some shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really nice going into a place, getting up some stuff. But yeah.
sweet. Jenny, how's the PCS going?
It's going. It's finally going. All this hurry up and wait has finally passed. So they load us up not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow. And then I have house cleaners coming on Friday, carpet cleaning on Saturday, landscapers on Sunday, and then we leave the 13th.
Nice.
I have some friends that are throwing me a going away party Saturday night. And then this past weekend, I went down to I left my house. Like I actually left my house by myself and met some, do you remember Sarn Mangrum?
That name sounds familiar.
Ingram, yeah.
Yeah, black guy, Engines Troop, 37.
Yeah.
Well,
Ingram.
yeah, I met an engines guy that knew Mangrum. He found me on TikTok and he's like, "You look familiar." I don't remember him, but we both know Mangrum. So I went down to the strip to hang out with him. They're TDY here from Aviano.
Gotcha.
So we knew some mutual, we didn't know each other, but we knew mutual maintainers, which is why I was like, I'm comfortable going down to the strip. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. We went dancing at Gillies in Treasure Island.
Oh, nice. Gillies was cool when I went there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maintainers ain't gonna let nothing happen to you. They're gonna be like, "Oh, we're about to go box truck on your ass."
And they
Exactly.
they met, like I shared because they have my number, so you can in the Uber app you can share your ride with somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they can track your ride, your location, essentially your
Yeah.
location. So
Yeah,
they met
safety
me at
precaution.
my drop off place. They sat with me until I got into my car, and then I texted them, letting them know, "Hey, I got home safe." So they were very, very on top of safety.
That's
Awesome.
Yeah,
Speaking
it's kind of a
like, I
weird
got
world
to
out there. I saw a really crazy video of a Lyft Uber driver who luckily is a concealed carry holder get attacked in his car during the ride. They were trying to mug him. I'm like, yeah, I couldn't do it, bro. Couldn't do it.
I got lucky, and both the person who took me down there and the other person who brought me back were both female. So
They should have that as an
Oh, yeah.
option on the. Well, I don't know if they should have that as an option on the
They
app.
should have it as an option because it's more
Well, 'cause
comfortable.
Yeah, but
I
then there's
see
another.
people
Then there's,
being creepy.
Yeah,
And
then
then
there's
there's another
exactly.
option.
the inverse.
Yeah, guys.
The creepy dude that wants the female driver, but
Yes.
it should be like if you are a Lyft driver, you're also like a black belt in MMA.
Then you just be a, freaking
So
VIP escort. Like we driving an armored SUV after that, bro.
Yeah, pretty
Speaking
much.
speaking of going away parties, my next door neighbors, their son is going to prison for about the next 9-8 years, I think. And they're having a going away party for him.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought that was like totally bizarre. It's like your son fucked up enough not to go to just jail, but go to
Yeah.
prison,
He went to prison.
and
Oh.
you're throwing him a going away party.
I've heard about that. Hey, Jenny, I can see your ears light up outside. They're changing color.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do. It's just
Yeah.
the camera that we have in the office, that the webcam that I use isn't strong enough to pick up the different colors in my ears.
I'm noticing that. I was like, oh, I saw something green. I'm like, what is that?
That's pretty cool.
That's what we're doing.
Razer makes some pretty nice stuff. I just got some. I meant to take pictures so that you could pull them up, but I got blue light glasses that you can pop the lenses out. There we go. You can pop the lenses out of them, and they're glasses, and you can make them sunglasses, and they're Bluetooth up in here. They're Razer.
Oh, wow.
Because I like Razers.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And it can answer phone calls, listen to music, and it's got a microphone in there.
It's like you're living in Australia.
Australia.
So yeah, that was Matt's PCS gift to me because I bought him a pair for work, just to help with his eye strain since he stares at a computer monitor all day.
Who
And I
is
really
talking?
like
Who
him.
is this pill in Lisbon? Why do the Yanks
Twitch.
always seem to have
It's so yeah. I'm gonna take care of that real quick.
IQ?
Twitch.
Oh, he's back.
Like
Hey,
we're
it's
He's
all
popped
good. We
into
might have a
some of
low
our
IQ,
other
but we have a
stuff.
really good trigger score.
Yeah.
1776.
No, that guy's popped up in some of our other stuff before.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're
Get
gone.
'em.
No more. Pills and Ibiza. Yep. Same guy. Sorry. I warned you, Twitch people. I apologize. If anybody was on Twitch at the time, I apologize. But I mean, it is what it is. You get
because we can't block him, can we?
No, we can't block him. We just gotta turn it off. Turn off Twitch streaming. So, I mean, sucks. Oh, I've tried. Trust me.
What was that blue light glasses comment that you pulled up?
Mr. Galinsky is one of my buddies. He is a weather forecaster for the Air Force. Blue light glasses has been a
I thought
lifesaver
they
for me being in
were.
weather.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was bullshit until
No, it's not.
I borrowed Matthew's glasses to play video games one night, and I was like, my eyes aren't itchy. They aren't dry.
Mhm.
I'm not like my eyes did not feel tired. So I asked him for a pair of blue light glasses, thinking that he would just buy me, normal blue light glasses, but instead he bought me the same pair that he has, just in a smaller size. And I love him to
Nice.
death.
Let's see.
Yeah, I have my glasses are actually blue light glasses. My regular prescription glasses have a blue light film they put on them. So, because that's a thing, looking at your phone, looking at screens,
I
Yeah.
was about to say, so Android before the update,
I
used to
have a blue light filter on. Mine has one.
but it's actually an eye comfort shield now is what they have.
Yeah.
So you can do a different color temperatures and stuff like that. And
Yeah, mine has it on. It's set.
yeah,
Eye comfort
I
shield.
have an iPhone, and if I have that setting, I don't know how to get to it.
Ooh.
Communist.
I get
iPhone.
so
Yeah.
much crap from my
Have an
buddies for
iPhone.
having an iPhone. They're like, "You're the only
an
guy with blue
iPhone."
text in the chat." I'm like, "Okay, whoop-de-doo." Like, man, talk about poor people, and I'm like, "You're the guy that's selling all your information to Apple unwillingly." Have fun. Oh, it never gets viruses. I was like, because there's nothing of use on an iPhone. Nobody wants to put a virus on an
Exactly.
iPhone.
No one wants to put a virus on a
I
Mac.
like the
How boring is
simplicity.
that?
I like
Dude,
the
I got a
simplicity.
freaking iPhone for a work phone, and I'm so pissed. I'm like, what is this crap? I'm like, this is I'm
I
sorry.
will not, especially after reading the book about Steve Jobs. I will not.
Yeah. Considering Android and all those operating systems are still decently open source, you can.
And then I used to, well, I still know
Yeah.
him, but a guy who actually worked for Boeing, who programmed satellites, and one of his contract jobs worked for Apple. And he's like, yeah, dude, we programmed the freaking phone they would need for the next 20 years, and then they block modded it.
Yep.
I was like, what?
Yep.
He goes, yeah, they took it apart. And he goes, why do you think the iPhone looked just like the iPad? And all of a sudden you sell an iPad. Then a week later you sell an iPad with a camera on the front. And then a week later you sell an iPad with a camera on the front and back. He goes, when they could have been selling that shit like a year ago. And
Same phone.
Yep.
Infinitely upgradable, but Apple refuses to, and they've gotten sued multiple times by multiple countries for literally slowing down obsolete phones is what they call it. So
when they
you guys
do
have
upgrades.
fun. Yeah, you guys have fun with your iPhones.
What you guys
Just
sipping on
saying.
tonight? I'm sipping on Maker's 46.
A little bit of Bullet.
Bush latte.
I have
Yeah,
a monster.
They call it camouflage, but I don't know what kind of. I've never seen this
Missy?
kind of camouflage in my life.
That's Digicam.
That's
That's
like
Marine Corps.
It's like
Marine
Fleck-
Corps.
No,
Marine
that's
Corps
not-
Digicam.
Nope. It's like Flecktarn or something like that. It's not
Marine-
Digicam.
Marine Corps digital camo.
Flecktard.
Flecktarn.
Oh,
It's a German camo.
Digicam.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna fight over a bush latte.
That was my cam. that was my camouflage. Woodland.
Woodland, yeah.
The woods. The woods were my camo.
Unfortunately, I was like one of the first couple classes to get issued ABUs. I thought they were all right at the time. I'm like, okay, new stuff. Yeah. Then I'm like, okay.
Good night, Michael.
What is
Night,
this crap?
Mike.
Night, brother. Take it easy. Let us know how everything goes. Let us know if you need us.
Yeah. No.
Hi, Kyle.
I remember Chief Osborne was here, our squadron chief, amazing individual.
Chief O, baby.
Chief O, and he rode my ass when we got the new ABUs, and they were like, Sergeant Irving, when are you going to change over to ABUs? I'm like, well, Chief, Big Air Force says August 1st.
Yep.
So August 1st, I said, I got my uniform. I just not really in a rush to grab that piece of shit. And he goes, why not? I'm like, because they didn't put any thought into aircraft maintenance when they made this son bitch. I'm like, it's pretty much uniform. Might as well be a bunny suit. It's white. And I'm like, literally the first day I wore it, I had to go out on an inspection under a B1. And even in my coveralls, kneel down. And if it's under a B1, everyone knows it's on the ground.
You mean the hydro shadow?
Yeah, the hydro shadow. Kneel down, and my pants were freaking boop. I was just like, BDUs, you wouldn't even saw that. Like, it would have been a non-issue.
It'd have been another swash in the freaking camouflage.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, it was blended in with the brown and green. And
then they had the infinite wisdom to give us suede boots. I was like, they don't understand. Like, we were working on planes.
And then it took them like 4 years to come out with some type of vinyl boot. I'm like, you just need to buy 2 pair of boots. I'm like, cool. You're gonna give me
extra money,
money on my freaking.
The first thing I asked them, I'm like, so for fuel guys that work with hydraulics people, and fuels, so you want us to have a boot that's pretty much a sponge for gas.
Oh, dude, no, yeah, it's supposed to be. Oh, you got to have a work boot and a show boot. Cool. Where's my $130? Oh no, you only get like $300 for the entire year for all your uniforms. Okay, a pair of pants costs $60, a blouse costs $60. That's $120 at most.
And then I don't know who it was, but they took a picture. Someone took a picture with the night vision for some cops that were deployed, and
it was IR reflecting.
Yeah, it was like they had Army and they had some Air Force together. You can pick out all the Air Force people because their uniform.
Well, that's because idiots were freaking dry cleaning them.
Well, because they were dry cleaning them, but still.
Well, that's because they did have IR inhibitors, but if you dry cleaned them, it literally stripped that away.
It stripped it away.
So it was it was.
They had us dry clean them in basic.
Yeah, that's idiotic. Yeah, no.
Well, like the old BDUs, it says right on the label, "Do not starch."
Yep.
But you had to have that one uniform that was crisp and starch. Yeah.
Dude.
Well, with BDUs, I had deployed uniform and I had my show uniform.
Yeah, you have that one uniform, a pair of boots in your wall locker that's like for parade and high class purposes. Everything else is just, I got field uniforms, I got daily ones, and I got special ones.
All right, Jade, we don't want to know what you do with your
I never had that problem.
Thanks.
Always
tacos.
Well then,
I mean, I can't stop eating the tacos. Speaking of which, Taco Tuesday. Anybody else eat tacos?
I did not eat tacos.
Yes, me too.
Did not eat tacos. Has anyone else seen the new Matrix trailer?
No, we're talking about uniforms.
No.
The new Matrix.
Don't change the
trailer.
subject. We're talking about uniforms. Just we'll get to it. No,
we're not getting to anything.
ABUs was trash.
Yes. Yeah, they are trash.
So
I like the new uniform. I kind of wish. Yep. Well, I wouldn't have been in still, but I do kind of wish that I got to have the new uniform, the multicam version of what the Air Force wears now. That's about it.
So it was supposed to be released at some point. We got authorized to wear it. And then I was in Turkey at the time, and it was at the BX because we had Army there. So I went and bought it. I bought two sets, and I was wearing all the patches I could that were issued at the time. And then all of a sudden, it was like, "Oh, you can't
tell me what to do.
You can't buy it. you can't, Air Force can't buy it. It's only Army that can buy it. I'm like, what you gonna do? I already got it. So I started wearing it, and then it officially got issued, and yeah, it was idiotic. Hey, wear this uniform. Oh, but not yet. Like, really, dude?
I think the funniest one was the Navy
distribution stuff. Waiting on distribution
blue camo. I was like,
yeah.
So you guys can all like what? You get attacked, you all jump in the water. So people
jump in the water, nobody can see you. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like, why y'all shit just gray?
That was
actually
like,
some of them.
Like when we first went to Kuwait, we had the chocolate chips.
Yeah,
and we had black boots. Like there's some dude with binoculars going, oh, look at that bushwalking.
And woodland green flak vest.
Yeah. And woodland green vehicles.
Woodland green vehicles, flak vest, some helmet covers.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like there's a forest, kind of.
It's gonna break up your outline, bro. It's gonna break up your
brush.
outline really well. Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah, they never think about it. I even joked about that being aircraft maintenance. I'm like, why can't we just like have to wear gray uniforms, gray coveralls, like whatever jet you wear respective.
Yeah.
Be on the flight line. No one's out there. Just all the jets are just there.
Well, then we had, all the super speed crew chiefs that would get their blue coveralls and put their stripes and white name tapes on them, like Blues name tapes and stuff like
that. And elsewhere, Tessel did it.
Yes.
And they looked
ISO
ridiculous.
did it.
I made fun of them.
ISO
did. I was like, do you realize you look like a homo?
Dude,
I know, but for me, I think ISO was the only guys that I thought, okay, because literally that's all they technically wore were coveralls, and for the higher ups. So when you were walking around looking for someone in charge, it was easy to. I need to talk to that guy.
Yeah, I intentionally took my blouse off in ISO because I would have so many idiots come try to tell me how to do my job in ISO.
Yeah,
and I'm 6'3", 220 at the time. I'm like, you really going to tell me how to do my job right now?
Well, size doesn't really matter. But anyway, people.
Well, I mean, it did if they were kept insisting and insisting.
You gonna beat him up, big dog? You gonna beat him up in the military?
No, it's just the fact that like it would shut them up really quickly. Like I would sit there and listen to them out of respect, with them being like, okay, cool. You're not in my shop. You don't know what we do. Okay, I get it. Here's what I'm trying to do here. Well, I need to. No. Stop. You don't know what I do. You think you do, but you don't. And then it was finally like, yo, get out of my face. I don't care who you are. Who is that guy? Go find out. By that time, I'm back in my shop. Done. It kind of shut the conversation down. But at the time, I had Beto in ISO.
Yeah, Beto's a senior cool guy.
And
Beto, that sounds familiar.
I don't know if
Escobedo.
Ball head Escobedo.
Yeah, senior master on Escobedo.
Senior master, kind of bigger dude.
Dude, that's terrifying. He yelled at me at the smoke pit.
He would have, but if you got to know him, he'd been your best friend. Dude's awesome.
Yeah, Beto was. You had to get into the bubble, the Beto bubble, because
I didn't know who he was.
He had that arresting like Beto face.
Yes.
Yep.
I was out at he was sitting, you know how they had the tables out at the smoke pit? Well, he was slouching and he's playing with his phone. And and it was dark because it was mids and I didn't see him out there. And I thought I was alone at the smoke pit and I'm soaked in fuel. My hair is a fucking wreck. And I was like, and I'm going off thinking I'm out there by myself, talking to myself. And then he just rips me a new one. Because my hair is out of regs. He's like, you fucking smell.
Oh, he was fucking.
And then just walked off to the flight line.
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was until I saw him in uniform at MPF. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Sergeant.
And he just looked at me and he's like, I'm glad your hair looks nice today.
Put it this way.
Like,
my dad knows who Beto is because he was a VW guy.
Yeah, pretty much with Beto to get in and be like, oh, man, how's that new VW look? He'd be like, talking to you forever.
When I was in Korea, we had a full bird colonel come down to our motor pool, and we were third shop, direct support, and he had coveralls on with his rank and all of that junk, right? But when you're in a motor pool and you got coveralls on, you're just not. Nobody wore rank on the coveralls. We didn't know,
Yeah.
And so I see coveralls, and the guy's like, "Hey, what's up with this?" I'm like, "It's fucking broke, man." Oh, hi, sir. Hi, man. And I start going off about like, well, if the fucking operator knew about what to do on this vehicle and blah, 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 he's like, that's one of my guys. And I'm like, Oh, I shouldn't have said that out loud, you know.
And ISO is exactly what I was talking about. There was a tech sergeant out there who was like a dock chief, and he had sleeves rolled up on his fresh blue freaking coveralls with tech white freaking dress tech stripes and name tapes. I'm like, look at this clown. And that guy actually was kind of useless. I think he did some stuff every now and then that was decent, but other than that, he just tried to roll around and swing his rank
I think
around.
the best
and I would just roll into DeVito's office and be like, look at this.
Captain America. I can't think of his name for some reason. He actually had on one of the nose arts on the B1 inside of the night, the rivet, the joint on the elbow bend had a Captain America shield because that was his jet. But I had to find him for a job because it is big job. So I'm looking around for him. Can't think of his name for some reason. I know it's going to pop to me later on the night. But anyway, I'm running around the hangar looking for this guy, and he's up on the stand, and I'm coming out of the dock box. He comes down, and I have the paper, and I walk up to him, and he goes, shh, but he puts his finger on my lips, and he goes, and he slides it, and it was so like because I'm in the work mode, and I'm like sitting there like. I'm like, da da da. I'm like, hey, so and he goes, shh, and he slides it down my lips, and I'm sitting there like, and he just walked off into the dock box, and I mean, like half the hangar on that side of the jet saw it happen, and I'm just like, it was like, you know how you stun a shark or a gator or something. That's what it was like. I was like paused.
He just flipped the shark upside down and was asleep. He's like,
I was like. What the fuck I literally like, what just fucking happened? And I went inside the dock box and I'm like,
he tastes like cinnamon.
I was like, what the fuck was that? He goes, I don't know, bro. He goes, I don't know. It was a vibe. And we were friends. We were cool. He was cool. But I was like, I'm like, what the fuck did you just do? He goes, I don't know. You walked up and you looked really like excited. I just wanted to be like, calm down. And he was like, shh. I'm like, don't you ever do that shit again. But it was so like.
Oh, it would have been great if we went like.
But when you think of that kind of stuff in life, like, first of all, he's a friend, he's a buddy.
I hope so.
Then it's just like if that happened, that's something that adult like you don't. No one who has the mental faculty to deal. Like even if imagine running up on someone you don't even know they're upset and mad. If you're a cop. And someone's just like pissed off, and you walk up to them and you just go, shh. And they'll be like, it's like a stun, like
might have less shootings. You never know.
Just walk up on a Karen.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I
think my next show.
He smells like a cigarette.
My next event, I'm gonna try that on somebody.
Oh yeah, do that.
They walk up and start
see how that works.
Barbecue sauce and be like, shh. Not in COVID world, I wouldn't do that.
I'm gonna be giving your barbecue sauce.
Yes.
I'm meeting up with a couple of TikTokers on Saturday for like my going away.
Dave, what the fuck is that?
Doesn't even match your skin
I cut it out the corner of my eye like
Felix
it's Dave's chicken, but it's a freaking tiny black hand.
That's a clue. That's a clue of what you're getting Thursday.
Oh my god,
that's weird.
Dave went and chopped off a bunch of black midgets' hands and put them in the middle. Is that considered only half a hate crime?
No, it's still full hate crime. It's called dismemberment. So,
only if you get caught.
Jade, I know Jade said something in the chat. And I couldn't figure out how to text it. But if you get almost run down by a minivan, is that like mini on mini crime? Is that actually a thing?
Just call my wife. she probably almost hit you. I'm just kidding. She's a good driver sometimes.
When she's not driving.
Yeah, no. She's been wanting to give it up. I'm telling you, she's wanting to give it up. Which I'm glad.
Man,
8:57.
Yeah,
sounds like a. Pew, pew, pew. Barbecue sauce commercial.
8:57. Oh, you're a minute. Oh, Dave.
Roll that beautiful beard footage.
As foolish as we are. Oh yeah, we danced till the sun came up. Oh yeah, we danced till the sun came up.
Hey you guys, this is the Sauce Boss. I switched over when needed to whatever area I am in. Yeah, we're still selling barbecue sauce online. Wink, wink, to let everyone know. I haven't been real busy. It's been real boring online, people. Please buy barbecue sauce. You know, Dave's giving free hand jobs. Anyway, no, I'm doing a lot of work on I want people to buy sauce. But anyway,
I'm gonna file an HR complaint against you.
You're HR, so you can't complain about yourself.
He just grabs a mirror and starts talking to himself.
But no, I've had some orders on TikTok, and I had a shout out on someone who I really respect in the barbecue sauce game. She's an amazing cook. I love her videos on TikTok. If you guys do any social media, if you do TikTok, you should follow her. She's the barbecue wife, or no, married. She's married. Sorry, I take that back. She's not. She had to change her name. She's married to barbecue, and here's a little video she did.
The grate and let it grill for about 30 minutes, then open it up and give them a flip so the skin gets crispy on all sides. Once they hit about 155 internal, you're going to grab some barbecue sauce and give them a good mop all over the top. Let them keep grilling until they hit between 165.
And yeah, I don't know. I really hate how it speeds up videos on here sometimes when you put them in. But we did that video. And she used our spicy sauce, and that's exactly just how I prescribe to use it. Minus, you put it on, and the reason she did the seasoning and let them cook is because it helps the seasoning stick to especially chicken anytime you have something with skin on it. Pork chops, not really. Same thing, though. It's like you put the dry seasoning on, let it cook for a couple minutes, then you come back and you start applying the sauce before it makes a transformation from raw meat to cooked meat, because as long as it's raw or still in that raw state, the meat will stick to it. But when you put it on cooked meat, it really doesn't stick and it really doesn't translate. But I was really honored that she did a little video with our sauce and linked us in there on Facebook. And today I have been literally, why my forearm, shoulder, hand hurts like I should be an arm wrestler, is because we ordered 4 pallets of wood from Butler Wood online, butlerwood.com. And I mean, they're the Jimmy John's of wood distribution as far as I care. As long as you're not up here in the north, I think if you're in the southern states, probably east, west coast, you'll probably be able to still get wood a lot from them. But this was I think their last trip up here, so I had to get my wood, and this is what I had to get my wood.
So be ready to smoke, but the smoke is ready to smoke. And yeah, some hard work. So, but it's another side of the barbecue world that a lot of people don't.
That's just a little bit of video of the 3 pallets that I actually brought home. We do not own the rights to that music, Facebook, so don't block or do anything weird. But I just had to show the,
Yeah, you moved a lot of wood today.
Yeah, so
twice.
4 pallets. We put 1 pallet in the back of the truck, which was awesome because I got to pretty much test the suspension on a heavy load. We cranked it up to 20-something pounds. The max is 40, and I stayed pretty level, even with the trailer on the back with 2 whole pallets on it. And tomorrow I'll go back and just pick up 1 more pallet. So I got 2 pallets of seasoned oak, which means seasoned, it's fully dry. And then the pecan we ordered is partial green. So it does
pecan, not pecan.
Pecan we got in there. You know what? I actually say it both ways. It all depends on where my brain's at. I say pecan, pecan, pecan. The nut wood we got. So, and
I
you can
just-
smoke.
I just-
You can smoke
I
with any tree that nuts.
I just
So-
realized Jenny's sitting on the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's called PCSing.
I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know,
know.
Dave. Last time you PCS,
Boxes,
there was like 2 by 2
everything's
animals in
empty.
every. You know, when you PCS,
Got
there was
the
like
dog
2 animals.
crate.
Yeah, 2 of each thing, and you had to like do the zookeeper shit. But they're sitting on the floor. But anyway, I calculated it on how many pallets I moved from getting the pallets, moving them onto new pallets, and then reorganizing a pallet. So I moved 10 pallets of wood today, respectively. And I'm gonna do a video of everything, and I already have it like I wanted it, like I envisioned it. One side of my hallway out to my smokers is wood, and the other side of it's all charcoal. And this month, folks, is October. What's
Yes.
happening in October, folks?
You get the food trailer.
Boom, 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 boom. And he's right. So we should be getting a call in a couple weeks saying that the food trailer is done. My only thing I'm working on to facilitate the food trailer, because we didn't buy their generator. We're gonna spend a little extra money, so I need to sell a lot of sauce. I'm looking for a quiet running 15,000 watt generator to bolt to the trailer on the tongue. And other than that, I'm pretty excited to go down there to Tennessee, visit some folks, see what, I know we have a couple TikTok folks and Facebook folks. And
Tennessee? What part?
Huh?
What part of
It's called
Tennessee?
Antioch, Tennessee. So I already talked to Fiegel. It's an hour away, I believe. So depending on when it is, I have to take a look at my schedule. So it might be more like November, because this is the time of year that, like, not this weekend coming up, but the weekend after, I have a wedding and a catering event. But I have another event this weekend coming up. So it most likely will be during the week. But if I can push it out to November, I can actually block off a weekend and drive down like on a Thursday, Friday, and be out there and kind of bounce around and just kind of see some people.
Nice.
After, getting a trailer or whatnot, because I would really love to do that, just to be able to, shake hands, see some people in person that I've been talking to on social media, press the flesh for some of the folks that have supported us, getting us to this point.
Well, like when you came to get that one trailer and Amanda was like, "Hey, Felix is stopping in." I'm like,
yeah, that's how I
cool.
met Dave.
Yeah.
Yep, I met Dave and Amanda Milton. Literally, Dave has been for a long while. Dave and my mom were like going 1 and 2 on the most people that order my product. like literally on, like, when I used to look at my analytics, it was either Dave 1 month, then my mom, then Dave, then my mom, then Dave, then my mom.
Gotta support a good product, bro.
And it's just one of those things, kind of meet him in
that.
person. So I want to do that and keep it up, and I'm pretty excited about that. But no, just a lot of hard work. I want to say thank you to everyone who bought our Sacred Mountain sauce. Like, literally, it's hard to pick this up. Like I feel it right there.
You're gonna
You
be
gotta stop making hand motions.
Yes, no more hand motions.
No more shake weight. Bad.
Bad shake weight. But yeah, no, we're still supporting, Sacred Mountain. It was pretty awesome. They got another retreat coming. Unfortunately, I won't be able to assist, but I did get invited to be
and
a mentor.
Tomorrow is the 6th, by the way.
Yeah, tomorrow's the 6th, guys. So if you look up 6th on the 6th, you can help support and put a veteran, first responder, law enforcement individual through the program. You can earmark it for a special person if you know they're going to the program, or if I'm the person that told you about it, you can just drop a dime and let them know that I'm doing what I said I was going to do, because I think they're actually going to start doing a competition to see who gets the most people signed up for 6 on the 6. So when that starts, I should be the person that wins. I'm just saying. Just saying. Get it. Even though I have to make 15 or 16 fake accounts and donate. I'm just joking. However they get the money. No, it's all good. No, we're doing good with the business. So other than that, BBQ is doing good. We are carrying on, pressing forward, and doing what we're supposed to do. Slinging barbecue sauce. But it's just kind of one of those things. It's the ebb and flow of business. You know, I don't really get it twisted. I just really like being busy. As Jenny knows, aircraft maintenance is a very high pace. I know being a stay-at-home mom with a kid and what she does and going to school is to a point, but it doesn't really compare. Like what I do still doesn't. It kind of comes close to the tempo of aircraft maintenance, but we need to stay busy as a person that had that lifestyle.
That
Reaper, at least for me,
that Reaper 48
yeah,
is a perfect example of why you do not let Felix be idle. He needs to be busy.
Why is it spicy?
But also our pumpkin spice that won't unfortunately make it for the fall. Didn't make it for October. I don't know if it'll make it for December. So, but it's at the lab. And also the coffee is another thing I came out with. We just got the label proofed.
Nice.
So he ordered labels. He actually gave me a call because he wanted to make sure I wasn't going to change jar styles. And I'm like, no, the jar we have is a jar we're keeping as long as we can get the jar.
Nice.
And so that probably will be released here this month, hopefully, depending on, the supply chain and how quick it takes him to get stuff back and whatnot. So coffee sauce will be coming out. What is that? Put on waffles. First of all, I don't eat waffles because waffles are disgusting. Oh, I think she's talking about the pumpkin I made. So on TikTok, I took the pumpkin. I took the banana pudding liqueur.
Yeah.
Mixed it into eggs because we don't have milk at the house. So I mixed it in the eggs and I made French toast with the banana pudding liqueur. And then I bought their version of butter pecan liqueur, and I mixed it into maple syrup and used that as syrup.
Nice.
But I actually, when I made the French toast, I actually mixed in with the cinnamon and I actually mixed in the coffee seasoning into the mix of the seasoning when I made the French toast with.
Did it taste good?
It was amazing. Amazing. Like amazing. Also, you shouldn't drive, but amazing. Freaking banana.
I'm hoping to find that banana pudding liqueur in Virginia because I can't find it in Vegas.
Yeah, neither can Dave. So we're gonna be working some stuff out. But anyway, we're gonna talk about that offline. But yeah, they came out with a new one. They have a apple. It's not I don't know if it's a liqueur, but they have a cinnamon apple, or they have an apple one that they have at the store here. So,
hey, Sarah, speaking of ice cream, Felix put some of his coffee seasoning on ice cream.
I put my coffee seasoning on. The first one I tried was homemade French vanilla out of this ice cream truck they have. And what's the back?
Blood alcohol content. You're drunk driving. I just ate ice cream.
Yeah, I just ate ice cream, officer. I swear I just have French toast for lunch and breakfast. But actually, I don't know. Let me take a look. What's the on this sipping cream? I have some here. This is the butter pecan, and the alcohol content. It's not on the front. Oh, nope. 20%.
Oof, that's not bad.
40 proof.
I don't know what that means. The whole proof for percent.
Proof is oh wow, it's stuck. Proof is like the strength of the alcohol.
That's what she said. Funny.
Proof is the strength. So you have alcohol by volume. So you'll have 40 proof. Actually, I don't know how that equates to the proof and the percentage and the proof, but I'm sure we can have a guy that'll pop in here and he'll tell you the history, theology, and everything on proof and alcohol by volume. But all I know is when you get to something that's 40 proof, that's kind of standard. And then you start getting to 50, 60, and then it's like 90 proof. That's just going to knock you on your ass.
Yeah, that's Everclear, Moonshine.
Yeah, because so Maker 46 is 94 proof, but it's 47% alcohol by volume. You know, and this is 20% alcohol by volume and 40 proof. So you can kind of see as the proof goes up, the alcohol by volume goes up. So the higher the proof, the more alcohol that's in, you know, the mixture.
You get drunker quicker.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
And the thing about this
That
stuff
makes me
is
wonder.
it being sweet and having sugar in it because of the cream.
You don't
Sugar.
realize. You don't
realize how quick it'll get to you. It'll knock you on your arse.
Well, that's like when they had the what was it, Purple Passion,
Oh my god!
and you could get it in cans or 2-liter bottles, and like it was Kool-Aid with Everclear in it, and you didn't realize because you couldn't taste the alcohol. But by the time you got a 2-liter down, you're like, holy crap, I'm fucked up.
Well, dude, so soju. When I was in Korea,
Soju, exactly.
yeah.
You're
Soju
doing like that.
has a
You're
very
like,
high alcohol content. Plus, it's moonshine. Plus, it's regulated, which it ain't. And you can mix soju with anything from milk to Kool-Aid. And if you drink,
yes,
yeah, and if you drink it with their standard way they made it, putting it in a tea kettle with ginseng and their version of Red Bull, you know, so all that sugar in soju, and that sugar helps metabolize the alcohol, which metabolizes into sugar, which gets into your system, and that shit hits you like a uppercut.
Oh yeah,
you know. So yeah, so when you look at something like that, this is the butter pecan or pecan with 20% alcohol by volume and 40 proof, and then Maker's Mark 46 with 94 proof, 47% alcohol by volume.
47%.
47% alcohol by volume. 37% hers.
Oh, and
This
Jett
one doesn't have, these don't have proofs on them, but it says 5% alcohol per volume.
Yeah, they're not going to have proofs because it's proofs are for straight liquor.
Wow.
Yep.
Because you have to, if you watch, like, look at online, it's a proof thing. They have a little floater, like a proof bobber that'll show what the proof is. That won't work in your drink because it's like seltzer and all this other shite.
Seltzer and 1%, less than 1% juice.
Yeah, but it's so straight alcohol. There's like a bobber they could put in, and it'll show you the proof. And so pretty much, if I took this, and they actually, I don't know where they sell it, but I saw it on TikTok. I need to find the kid. He's the guy on TikTok that mixes. He goes, I want to put a Twinkie in a jar of vodka for a month and see what happens. He actually got sponsored by a vodka company, and they sell a vodka, or I don't know how he got it, but it's a high proof vodka, and they sell a bottle with hash marks on it. So it's a graduated, looks like a water bottle, and you pour the vodka in, and as you pour the water in, there's 2 hash marks for vodka for water, and you can make your own proof.
Oh, that could be scary.
Yeah.
Well, you proof down. You proof down.
Yeah, you proof it down, and you're adding water to it to proof it down. But I just think it's funny because, like I said, it must be something special because they're only legally allowed to sell something at a certain proof. Yeah. But I don't know where he lives. Oh,
I mean,
the best Maker's Mark ever tried came straight off the tap, but that shit's like 190 proof, and they're like, it's jet fuel, but they're like, yeah, we can't sell that.
No, I mean you can buy it. It's called Everclear.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And like straight corn liquor, literally, it's call it 190.
Yep.
What it's called 190. It's just 190 and highly flammable.
If you go to the distilleries though, they actually sell their quote unquote white dog, which is unaged. Yeah. Now, mind you, I like Maker's Mark's white dog. I even like Buffalo Trace's white dog, and I've tried Jim Beam's white dog, but Jim Beam actually, when they proof it down, and they call it Jacob's Ghost. I don't even think they sell it anymore because it was literally dog shit. They proofed it down so low that it took the corn taste like away and made it more like a rubbing alcohol to me taste.
I mean, it's all
Ew.
a certain form of
Ew.
ethanol in the
Mhm.
beginning, and the only thing that imports flavor is obviously aging in charred barrel, and depending on your original recipe, obviously where you get your mash from and distill it down to,
Told you,
and
Dave.
then you take that. What? Oh, I'll get scientific on you. You want to roll into it? Let's roll. I'll get into it for real. But yeah, and then you age it. You know what I mean? Let it soak.
Yeah. No,
Hey, Jen.
no.
I'm serious. When I saw your comment earlier about you bork at people that stare at you, I'm that
Yeah.
I'm that weird guy that would go total Swedish Chef off of the muff. It's like bork, we bird it to bird, bork.
And I would want to have a conversation with you because if you were willing to get through the bork, I'd be like, all right, man, you got my curiosity. What's
Yep.
your name?
How you doing?
And then I would strike up a conversation with a cool person.
Yeah.
But I like to bork at people when they're just awkwardly staring because then they don't talk to me. They'll just be like, "Oh, that chick's crazy."
Oh, I get people staring.
Wow.
Even on my trip, there's like people that will like look at you and they expect you to look away, and I'll like keep looking at them, and they'll look away and look back, and I'm just looking at them, and I'm like, "Sup?"
Well, y'all seen what I do to people that stare at me, and I've done this at the VA, at like funeral homes. I don't care where I'm at. Somebody's staring at me. I don't know if I should I do it?
No. If you have to
No,
ask.
we saw it.
Speaking of funeral homes, so we're in Kansas, driving around our new, it was a brand new Charger. What was it? What is it called? The whatever, one of the Dodge cars, but it's 400 something horse, very nice sounding vehicle. And we just like in South Dakota with all the help wanted signs everywhere. This is a place I never thought to see a help wanted sign. So we get to the red light, and on the corner there's a cemetery, very large cemetery. And I noticed the flags, the veteran flag. So at first I thought, oh, it's a veteran cemetery. And I look over, I'm like, oh no, they're just a cemetery. They probably have a lot of veterans in it, so they have all the flags. I look down, I see the name of the cemetery. Right below that, they have a help wanted sign. Now, and next to that, now hiring. And I'm like, I literally am 46 years old and had never, ever seen a sign at a cemetery that said help wanted, now hiring. Like,
in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and Jen might be able to testify to this one. I don't know how long it's been, but there's a funeral home, right? And right across the street, like literally their driveways match up, is a nursing home. And I'm like, that's just
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm like, that's just cruel. I mean,
now,
like,
I'm not even topping your story. This is a fact. I moved to South Dakota. The first place I move into is a condo.
No
Sandstone
way.
Ridge. You can map this on GPS. Next to Sandstone Ridge is a assisted living facility. Because when I moved in, the friends that were helping me move in went into that driveway first, and that was one of the biggest jokes the whole time I lived there. Well, so you went from a live-in condo with a lot of old folks to an assisted living facility. What was to the right of the assisted living facility?
Funeral parlor.
No, yeah, a funeral home.
Yeah.
But the only way this will be better, literally, you went from there to there to there, and then they would bring you up the street to the right, to the left, where the cemetery was at.
Right.
And it was like a progression. It's
They
like
probably got a tunnel from the nursing
that's what I
home
was
to the
saying.
funeral
It's like a
home.
slide.
Well, yeah, exactly. I'm like, you got the old folks home over here, and they just gurney them across to the funeral parlor across the street.
But that's where I met the first when I first moved there. I met an awesome dude, Mr. Peterson. And when I first moved in, I'm walking down the hall to my place, and I see the cutout, the wooden cutout emblem of the Hap Arnold, which I thought was the Hap Arnold. I don't know what they called it in the Army back in the day. But I saw that and I was like, oh, that's the Hap Arnold. So it must be an Air Force vet sitting there. It wasn't. He was in Army Air Corps. He was actually a pilot
Old
in the
school.
Army Air Corps. And Mr. Peterson was an awesome dude because I'd get his mail occasionally. I'd walk over there, sit down and talk to him. He, used a cane and a walker. I mean, the stories that I cannot repeat, and I had to listen to this guy talk about that he went through because he was a pilot in Korea and Vietnam.
Oof.
And just listening to that old heritage was awesome. But Mr. Peterson, because they had a gym in the place, so I'd be in the gym and he'd go in there and get on the treadmill and just pedal for a little bit. Mr. Peterson was a pimp. I'd see him walking down the hall with a bottle of E&J and 2 glasses. And I'd be like, "What's up, Mr. Peterson? Where you going?" He goes, "I have a lady I need to go talk to." I'm like, "Go do you?" Like, Mr. Peterson was one of the coolest old white dudes I ever met in my life. Like, he was a lady killer. And I know he's probably unfortunately not alive anymore, but it was a blessing to be able to sit there and talk to him. And he garnered a lot from what he told me, because he never got the opportunity to talk to anyone active duty in the military today, especially in the Air Force, because that's what he did his whole career. Was he worked from maintenance up to being a pilot in the Army Air Corps, and talking to a guy who's a maintainer on a current aircraft and whatnot. So it was a good little check-in for him. So we were pretty good friends.
That's always cool.
It's always cool.
Wait.
Hi.
What?
Dead air.
What?
Sorry.
Speaking of funeral homes, way back in the day when I was a young Uncle Si, I was
back in 1783
when he buried Adam and Eve.
I was looking for a small sack, and a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, call this dude up." And I called him up, and he's like, "Hey, come over here." And I'm like, "That address sounds a little familiar." And as I drive up, it's a cemetery, and he's the caretaker of the cemetery and slinging green. And I'm like, well, this isn't weird at all,
Hey man, I got the best fertilizer, son. Do you remember the movie How High?
Yeah.
With Method Man and Redman?
I can't smoke a finger.
Yeah. And his buddy died, and they put the stuff, and then when they smoked it, he saw his
Yeah.
Help him with the test and all that stuff. Oh yeah. It's classic.
Oh.
Method Man, Redman.
Method Man and Redman.
Oh, this is so good.
But no, my daughter is in mortuary sciences program in college. That's awesome. You know what? That'll keep her away from any weirdos in the dating world.
Well,
maybe not.
You're never going to not have a job. People always die, and you're always going to be needed.
Unless, the folks that watch Doctor Who, the day we had No Death Day, there was a Torchwood and Doctor Who mashup where people actually stopped dying no matter what happened.
Yeah, but that's only a day.
No, it was a day that it switched where no one died after that day.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Yeah, Christine, people are dying to get in. Just saying.
The demand is insane. Literally, people are like,
"You got it. Uncle Si's got it." Yeah. My father-in-law is a mortician. He also does body runs, as he calls it.
Yeah.
He has a Mercedes Sprinter van, and there's a medical college down here, and they get bodies donated, obviously. But, if you're in medical school and you have a service for your grandmother on Saturday, you don't want to dissect her on Monday.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be bad.
So he loads up with all the medical cadavers and takes them up to North Carolina, South Carolina, another medical college, and swaps, and then brings those down here. And on the side of his van is the pictogram of Anubis. So, because of Anubis van lines. If anybody doesn't know what Anubis is, Anubis was the Basically, the transporter of the dead to the underworld in Egyptian times. So he's he does body rums. So I know it sounds kind of creepy, but I mean it's a necessity. You know?
Oh yeah.
But you know, he was supposed to come over to the house when he was like, I got a call. I got one. I forgot a fresh one coming in. Got to go drain them out. Like,
you know what would be super awkward? Like, I'm not saying this is your father-in-law, but if he just had a hell of a day, he's running errands, working, and whatever, and he forget one, and he comes home and he's just like sitting there eating dinner, like, and he stops. He's like, yeah, what's up, hon? I gotta go. Like,
no. His wife actually does the makeup.
Oh, does she?
Yeah. Their team.
Nice.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Just
it's kind of cool. I mean, my wife's been on a couple runs with him, and
someone got to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
I totally, I've unfortunately had to deal with that part of life with some folks. My wife's one of her great uncles passed, and our uncles passed, and he was up here in Hill City, and they didn't really know what to do. They called us. We got there. He was a Marine, or he is a Marine. They're always a Marine, even in death. And I was honored to be the first one there because I called some buddies of mine that I know are Marines. Yep. And I figured, I'm like, hey guys, they're like, what's up? And I was like on a voice call at first. And I'm like, hey, we have a Marine who just passed from cancer. And I know you guys must have something you guys do.
Yeah.
When one of you guys, crosses over. So we did a video call, and, it was kind of cool and honorable. And unfortunately, the people that were there when he passed didn't close his eyes. But, I got to sit there and, be the usher as the family came in and out, and just to make sure he didn't get messed with when the mortician and the, guys came and whatnot and did what they had to do. But no, it was one of those things. And of course, doing that in the military. So anyway, moving on.
Right along.
Yeah, not a fun time, but I mean, it is a part of life.
It is a part of life.
I mean, everybody expires, hopefully peacefully with your family around you. But, a lot of our friends, in the armed forces, our friends, family, and stuff like that didn't get that chance. So,
yeah.
Take this little spot to be sentimental. Live life to the fullest, I guess. All we can do. You know what I mean? Speaking of which, let's do some really stupid stuff and live life to the fullest.
Oh, yeah.
Those are nice little grocery getters. It'll get you from Walmart back to your home in 4.2 minutes.
Sorry, we got to do this with freaking audio next time.
In a straight line.
No, the audio's off on your video, so click your volume.
Is it?
Yeah, it looks like
I'm an idiot. Yep, thank you. I didn't see the little icon down there, so we'll start it over.
You had audio earlier. What happened to your audio?
Do you hear it?
No, I've got shitty hearing, but
oh, come on.
Yeah,
okay. We're gonna try this again.
I'm not that deaf.
Oh, hey, there we go. There's a button for that.
Yeah, there's a button for audio.
I forget that little checkbox, but
yeah.
This is my point of view, not my camera. I was directing traffic and stuff like that onto the drift course.
Just hit play.
This is I gotta give some preface to this. I went to Ford Fest this weekend to help run the drift event, and Ford's a big sponsor. Von Gittin Jr. and Chelsea Denofer, who are huge drift guys. Well, Von Gittin Jr. also runs Ultra 4 competition, which is these huge 4x4 trucks that do like short course and jumps and rocks and stuff like that. This is his other team member, Lauren Healy, who came out and literally drifted the drift course with the drift cars behind him. And he decided to do some cyclones afterwards. Actually, my buddy's in the passenger seat as well, so it's pretty nuts. But
I love it. I love it when it's someone else's rubber, not mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's Nito.
It's
It's
sponsored.
Nito.
It's
Yeah,
sponsored.
it's sponsored. Nito tires.
Yeah. Same
yeah.
thing with full auto guns. I love full auto when it's not my ammo.
Dude's got nothing to worry about. But yeah, dude, it was like I said, that was my point of view, not my camera. I was like, oh, he's gonna hit. And what you didn't see to the left side of the screen when he stopped, there were about 6 media guys scrambling like cockroaches because the smoke was so thick, and they didn't know when the guy was gonna stop. So they're like sprinting back towards me. I'm like, come on. Holy cow. And it is 9:30, so I guess we can roll into a little bit sharing our weekends. Again, I did go to Ford Fest my first year helping out. I was supposed to go last year, had some prior obligations. But here's one of the other Broncos. That is Brocky is the nickname for it. That is Von Gittin Jr.'s Pro 4.
Now, letting everyone know that this Bronco, the shell is of a new Bronco, but
yeah,
this
just the fiberglass, bro.
Yeah, this is like, yeah, exactly, like what he's saying. Like there's so much removed.
It's a Ford. Yeah, it's a Ford engine.
It's a Ford engine.
It's a big bad Ford engine. The entire chassis is a tube chassis race car and massive suspension. It's just skinned like a new Bronco, so to speak. That's just on display. This is RTR, which is a company of Von Gittin Jr. Ready to rock automotive stuff. This is one of their special edition Mustangs that is pretty nasty.
And I hate Mustangs.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the lime green accents and stuff like that, but the car itself is amazing. Absolutely insane.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that damn Charger I drove this weekend, and they still had the freaking
guards on it.
The guards on it. I want to take them off so bad. Dude.
You should. It says
it was a rental car though.
It's
a rental car, but I was like,
oh, that's idiotic.
That was so idiotic.
Yeah. So these are taken from the start line or the
I love those rims.
Entrance to the track from my point of view, and that's the Funhaver Fox is what they call it. That's just a kind of a beat around car that Vaughn and a couple of his teammates drive. Driving right there is Jason Dixon, one of my buddies. He's Vaughn's crew chief, and yeah, it's just like a 500 horsepower Illuminator Ford engine, and like it's just set up for drift, and it's just a fun car just to beat up on. And right behind him is that one of the crazy Broncos. This is Chelsea Denofa's demo car. He's a Formula Drift driver, absolutely the best driver in Formula Drift right now, in my opinion. But this is his demo car, and they were doing ride-alongs all weekend, paid ride-alongs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's Chelsea's car, the Funhaver Fox, and the Bronco behind it. And then that's the Bronco. And then
now, were they drifting or just driving?
No, they were drifting. Like
nice.
They were they were flicking it.
That is fun. Well, that's better when you expect it. My first foray into drifting,
yeah,
I wasn't expecting it. We built the car for the guy, and he was like, "Get your helmet, get in." And we launched out of the shop and went sideways and went down the valley in the shop sideways. And I was like, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I might have peed a little and screamed,
crap.
But it was awesome.
Well, that's the Bronco ahead of one of the Mustangs, and I'll show a video later. But that's both the Mustangs are obviously media guys, and they're loading in ride-along people. Big shot of the back end of one of the Broncos. Really nice Galaxy 500 for sure.
Oh my God, that is a nice Galaxy.
Yeah, lead sled.
I love the mashup when it comes to old school bodies like that style, because that Galaxy, when you get the Lincoln and stuff, and even Impalas, and they have the new style rims on them.
Yeah,
I just love that, because the new style rims usually have new style suspension. So at least you got the old school look with actual handling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing. QA1 and Simpson and all these people were making monster suspension kits for these things, like retrofit stuff. It's insane. The rear wheels in this car were probably 2.5 feet wide. Nice. You can kind of see the lip on it. Yeah, I didn't get a real good back shot of it, but I was in a golf cart. I was like, holy cow. Ford Cortinas. I don't know if you know those were. I forget what
Yeah, I've
years
seen
they
them
are, but a
before.
whole row of them, and a bunch of Ford Lightnings. Well, that's obviously the middle one's not a Ford Lightning, but the first two Ford Lightnings, nice little trucks. And then we get back in the off-road stuff. Bigfoot was there.
Oh, nice.
Bigfoot
Yep.
version 98.
Bigfoot 17, actually.
Yeah.
It was literally Bigfoot 17. First day they had some electrical problems, so they kind of went out and just rode it around a little bit. Second day they did crush some cars and run the off-road course a little bit. So that was what was unique about Ford Fest. Here at Bowling Green, they don't do off-road stuff. They do drag racing, autocross, and drifting, right? And car show. Well, this year they were bringing out the Broncos, obviously. So they're like, oh, we're going to carve out a off-road course for you. So as soon as they did that, they had people from the West Coast screaming like, you didn't tell us you were doing that, blah, blah, blah. We're coming next year. So it's going to turn into a thing now, which is awesome.
Cool.
But they were also doing ride-alongs in both the Broncos. This is the cockpit of Vaughn's Bronco. A little
It's
bit
a
more
flight
simplistic.
control deck, sir.
Yeah,
Please
well,
don't
this is actually a little really simplistic. You know, a couple switches here and there, center screen. This is, I want to say, kind of a play car for him. He does short course stuff and demos with it. But Lauren Healy, the other guy, this is his cockpit, like huge LCD screens and like a center freaking console, a Lawrence
switches and buttons,
GPS system, because he does desert racing in it. The twin sticks down there are your front and rear lockers, obviously automatic transmission, which you can shift. And if you see the big aluminum tube in the passenger seat, that's the air intake. What?
I'm sorry, I caught
Twin
Jenny
sticks.
sitting down on camera, and I didn't know what it was at first. And I'm like, "What the hell am I looking at?" And I was like,
I know. I have a big ass. Thank you.
"Well, no,
I'm glad we were showing pictures.
you weren't
We had a
on-
bunch more
you weren't on live,
subscribers.
so I was just like, "What's going on?"
Have to start broadcasting this on OnlyFans too.
Yeah,
Man,
no, you can't do that anymore on OnlyFans.
I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even see nothing. Oh, this is
Is that? Oh my god!
so I didn't take a lot of pictures of it. This is a Ford Aerostar van, right?
Yes.
So I don't know if anybody knows about the Gambler 500 stuff that goes around the country. It is I'm gonna take this off and explain this. So Gambler 500 is kind of a mishmash kind of pirate style of off-road racing, and it's not centered on racing. It's centered on cleaning up the forest. Like the 500 is whatever. Gambler 500 means spend $500 on a car and throw some mud tires on it, and let's go through the woods with trash bags. Dude, they clear out abandoned cars, abandoned boats. They clear forest roads and pick up trash and stuff like that. Like it's a great, great cause. The name is basically public domain. Not really. It's not public domain. They own it, but they said you can use this name to do this style of race anywhere in the country you want to do it, as long as you're not making money off of it. But they have this series called the Hoopty Cross, which basically all these off-road cars, and people get Crown Vics and put mud tires on them and all this stuff. And obviously they take them to the woods and clean up the woods where,
I've seen
well,
Cross.
yeah. I think there's been some up.
They've had it up here because
Exactly.
I remember
Sturgis.
seeing, like you said, a Crown Vic.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, that's a lot, kind of like a lot of money to be putting into a Crown Vic.
If you get down into it, it's not. It's a bunch of really crappy cars, but I mean, they just keep them on the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they had those guys out, which is awesome. Really good dudes. Here, I'll share the screen from their Facebook page. Yeah, but this is Holly Ford Fest. Obviously, the Broncos. That's exactly. Look at that.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I like the cone.
Yeah,
The safety
No,
cone.
that was
out
there
of
the whole weekend.
The tail light.
Yeah, this is the Crown Vics right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
That's the Aerostar that had that sticker on the back and the wolf tail. He had wolf like seat covers and stuff like that. Like he was actually doing really good. He was jumping them almost as good as the Broncos. It was ridiculous, but it was awesome. So shout out to those guys. I had to get a picture of that sticker and share it. So,
did you put any barbecue stickers on these vehicles?
I did at the time. I did not think of it. I'm sorry. I will. I have 10 of them in my truck just for that purpose, but I've kind of fallen out of the habit.
So
but,
I know I didn't talk about it, and I didn't think about it, but I did travel recently, and I do have. Oh shit! I don't believe I totally forgot. Anyway, I'll have this ready for tomorrow. I'll have these ready for tomorrow. But I did go to the Price is Right this weekend.
Oh, cool.
He gave me the Don Cheadle. The Don Cheadle life.
Price is Right? No, I'm just messing with you. Price is Right for real?
Yeah, no, they had the Price is Right live show. Wife bought tickets, went to it.
Cool.
She was really amped to go. We got there. We got there on time, which was like way late. And so it was like the line of people through the Civic Center was crazy. And so you signed up. I had a name tape and everything. I was wearing a barbecue Hawaiian shirt.
Saw that pic. That was cool.
Yeah. And but no, it was a cool event. Even though we didn't get called up to the stage, it was amazing because they had I forgot the guy's name. He's the most tatted. Look up the most tatted game show host in America. But you see him, you're like, oh, I know that guy. But anyway, no, they had the they had the Plinko, they had the guy, the
yodeling guy,
yodel guy. Yeah. The game, the final prize was a trip to California, a trip to Hawaii, a new car, and a scooter, which the two guys in the showcase totally bombed on the price. They both went over, so they didn't get it. But during the show, they were giving out prizes for people in the crowd. We didn't win anything, but it was just even amazing not getting called up. It was amazing seeing the people called up because there were like some older folks. They called an old Vietnam vet who's in a wheelchair. He was up there. That was awesome seeing him.
Heck yeah.
They had this older lady that got called up who literally when she got called up, she probably in her 60s, was just crying the whole time. The host was amazing to her. Then they had another lady, awesome. Her husband, I don't know if her last name was Tracy, but his first name was Dick. And she said she literally dropped every dick pun possible, and it was amazing. It even threw off the host because she goes, "My husband's Dick Tracy." He goes, "Dick Tracy." And she, one of the things that she was going to win was like something about a cooking. And she goes, "My husband does all the cooking. He is Dick Boyardee." And I was like, he was like, literally paused the show. He was like, wasn't expecting that.
Stop it.
Yeah. Wasn't expecting that, but it was a very good experience. She got the tickets, got them online. It was really fun. We ran into some friends there, went to dinner before the show, and just that they do the show and you get some history of as you're sitting there and even they talk about it, you get history of the Price is Right being the longest game show in America running.
Yep.
I don't know if it's in the world. They said in the world, but when it
Pretty
comes
sure
to
it
that in the with the British shit, like the longest show running forever is what?
Doctor Who.
The Brits have a lot of stuff that we don't.
Nobody cares about that though.
Hey, now watch your face.
Watch your face.
I don't like.
So anyway,
I really don't care about it. I was gonna say Top Gear because it's way better.
No,
way better British show.
Doctor Who is so old that the Doctor Who episodes that I have on a hard drive, when you play them, they only take up like 6 inches of the center screen.
Oh yeah, Doctor Who used to only be a half-hour show, and it was basically only 23 minutes.
Yeah.
I remember watching it in black and white with the old rabbit ear antennas and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad got me into that from some old school shows. I do have a picture, so this is kind of random. I'm just kind of going over shit. So with the weather, fall, we have a lot of falling pine needles and leaves. So riding a motorcycle, I have to go out and blow off my driveway and road because I can't expect my neighbors to do that shit. So I went out and did it on my side-by-side, and I had a little guest with me who insisted on coming on the ride.
So cute.
Oh.
And he is definitely a emotional terrorist. That's Finn. And he rode with me as I drove the gator and blew off the road. Unfortunately, I don't have any pictures of me in The Price is Right, but that's the showcase.
Speaking of The Price,
us in the stadium.
Nice.
With the thing. That's the really shitty picture of me. Why I call phones racist, because it looks like I'm wearing like a mask. But the pictures in I'm
bad lighting, bro.
I'm contrast sensitive, people. Leave me alone.
You gotta smile more, Felix. Helps you stand out.
Jen, I love you. You're lucky I love you. But another thing is, as I did my travel, because I don't forget, well, it is my company, I took pictures of me tagging airports with barbecue style stickers.
I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that.
I did. This is Dave and Buster's in Kansas. I did the MotoGP motorcycles at Dave and Buster's.
I'm getting that.
I did a bar. That's that. I did the airport in Kansas.
Nice. Stealth. Going stealth mode on it. Nice.
Yeah. So I got a couple of them. Price is wrong. Dude, they actually had on because I had two big screens up, and they had all the history of The Price is Right. So they had the part where Bob Barker played himself in the Adam Sandler movie Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, and they had that part in there when he played that.
Did you probably saw the meme on Facebook about the gal in the wheelchair that wins the treadmill?
I haven't seen it.
Really? No, that actually happened though. I watched that episode one morning. I'm sitting there and they had to like help her up in her wheelchair, and she's on there and she wins a freaking treadmill, and she looks at Drew Carey, and Drew Carey looks back at her, and he's like,
I mean, we do. It's kind of like, yeah, bro. Okay, I'll get silly question. What kind of fuel do those run on? The cars, those mostly race cars, C16 or E98 or something like that. Nothing crazy. And of course, my dad corrected me. It's a Ford Capri. So he actually does desert race. The guy in the orange, Lauren Healy, does. So he's been Pro 4 desert race for quite a while. Let's see, watch your face. Yep, that's Dave right there. The price is wrong, bitch. All right. Last couple pictures. I don't know what this is, but it was really cool, and it had a Ford engine in it, and it was really near me, so I took a picture.
Oh, cool.
And it's a V6 twin turbo Ford engine, very sleek body, like a Daytona prototype.
Nice.
And everybody knows and loves this car. Original Shelby Cobra.
Oh,
absolutely insane car. This is not an original GT40, but still a beautiful car. As far as I know, it was not a
ride.
Yeah, it still wasn't. As far as I know, it wasn't original. So
doesn't matter. Look at that.
Yeah, I know. This is my buddy Blaine getting in that car, getting in that 4x4 that did the donuts. He is very smiley at the point. That's the driver, Lauren Healy, obviously. And this is the Fun Haver Fox body. And if anybody's got a very keen eye, you can spot something. Yep. So we'll see how long it takes them to notice it. But that's one of their fun cars. Obviously, we'd never do that to one of their team cars or anything like that. My buddy drives it for fun, and yeah, whatever. I'll probably see it next weekend, actually. And then this is all the Broncos, the big 4x4 Broncos loaded up, and one of their show Broncos loaded up, ready to rock and roll and leave the show on that Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. That's a lot of money.
Now I know, unfortunately, I haven't found the video. I need to find it. And we're talking about Broncos and cars, but I saw the video. It was randomly on YouTube.
Again, I'm corrected. Mercury.
Mercury, who's also Ford, thanks to the family, just like Lincoln.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it was the new Hummer that has crab crawl on it.
Oh.
And the guy's driving a white, I think it's a white Hummer, and I don't have internet to pull it up. Web, you might. And he's driving down the road, and the guy goes, "Crab it!" And all of a sudden, you see the Hummer just kind of skirt sideways on the road, and I was like, "Oh my god, no, they didn't." Yes, they did.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know they had a new Hummer out.
Let's see. Oh, it's all steering.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'll have to preview this before it gets too dumb. Let's see. Oh, it's okay. Okay, it's 4-wheel steering.
Yeah,
if
4-wheel
anybody knows
steering.
anything about off-roading,
Oh, is it forward steering? I thought it was crab walk.
it's literally 4-wheel steering. So you can literally be going down the highway or something like that, and both sets of wheels will steer the same way, and you just glide over to the side, either or.
Yeah.
Or you get in a tight spot and wheels will turn opposite of each other, right? And you have a really tight turning radius. They do that a lot on higher end rigs and off-roading, because like Bigfoot, gotta think about it. How do they turn so sharp? The rear wheels turn opposite of the front wheels, and it just like turns around. So rock crawling and stuff like that, you definitely, if you're a big boy, you have hydraulic rear steer with self-centering, and you can literally steer your rear wheels where you want them to go up, so that's pretty cool for a production vehicle, but I'm not sure how much.
Well, the old Mitsubishi
Preludes?
no, not the Prelude.
Preludes.
Mitsubishi.
No. Preludes had it.
What I'm talking about aren't the Preludes, if you let me speak there, buddy.
Tomorrow steering.
Anyway,
Let's
the
go.
old Mitsubishi Galant VR4s had all-wheel steering also.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I took them off because that was an extra 286 pounds in gear for all-wheel steer.
So did a bunch of S13s, a bunch of S14s.
Yep.
My GTR actually had Hikis, which is all-wheel steering. Preludes, early Preludes, 92, 93, 94. Preludes had all-wheel steering. They did the same thing. Like highway speeds, both sets of wheels will barely move. Like the rear set didn't steer like this. It was just a couple degrees, but it helped you just glide over to the side, right? Same thing. It's been around actually for 35 years. People just didn't understand that that's what was happening. But off-roading is more pronounced, obviously.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, but no, that is actually pretty cool. Well, I mean, I'll play it real quick. Just if we're on some, let me get past the ads real quick, and I'll.
Now I got
guys.
Everybody was kung fu
Chevy did it in
fighting.
03 with some of their C10 trucks. That is
okay.
weird. On a pickup truck?
It kind of, I mean, depending how long they are, kind of probably made sense. I guess I don't know.
The C10?
Right? Dude, they did it on a Prelude.
That is true.
Who gives a crap about all-wheel steering on a Prelude? But they did it,
Shit about a Prelude.
Yeah. So
comes as a rebirth for a brand that has gone
Hear that?
through its fair share of ups
Oceans.
in recent years.
Do you hear
The
that?
anticipation within the automobile sphere is
Anybody
sky
hear the
high as
audio?
we all await
Yeah, we hear it. Oh, I was wondering, were you talking about something?
Yeah, nobody gave me the thumbs up.
seen before.
Yeah, we hear the
Proud
audio.
to be the
Okay.
world's first
I
all
just kept hearing, you hear that? I was like,
is
I
grabbing
hear him talking. What are you talking about?
some of its anticipated features like lightning quick acceleration, powerful torque, and improved innovation. However,
That's
what's
no
grabbing the
reason
most
you would ever
attention
need to
is
do
something
that.
called craft.
If you do that in that area, you're an idiot.
platforms, and everyone wants to know
You
what
shouldn't be driving.
and it is not.
Well, you know what? The people that are buying this probably shouldn't be driving anyway because they have no, like
That's
literally.
Turn your front wheel
I'm gonna-
before you get in that situation.
Automobile market.
You know, now mind you, this is not the most
Crab and the man
useless accessory I've seen on a vehicle,
It
and I don't
hurts.
know if it was just someone.
allows the Hummer.
I don't know if it was someone that did it as a prank, but someone said that they had a vehicle where the headlights were drones and shot out ahead of the vehicle to light up the way.
You would think it's impossible. But with the new Hummer EV, that's about to change.
That hurts. That-
Turn your front wheels before you get in that
It is what it
situation, you
probably sounds
idiot.
In
That
that situation, yeah. Just
allowing the Hummer to
turn.
literally drive
It's like,
diagonally.
oh, I forgot to turn.
As you can see in the video at the top of the story, it looks very strange and is sure to feel pretty eerie.
Now,
Crab
mind
like
you,
it works at
now
low speed.
you know where I would
Means
actually
you
use
probably
that?
won't be able to
Parking it in
combine
my
the
garage.
WTF mode.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zero
All
to
right.
60
I
Yeah.
would
miles per
straight
hour
crab walk
in
into
3
my
seconds
garage like,
diagonally. Badly.
Parking in the garage
Has
next to my
selected the
zero
large
turn
central
mower.
infotainment screen shows the graphic of the truck,
I got a
highlighting
zero-turn
how much
truck.
The wheels are turning, and the gauge cluster gives additional info like precise
Probably
steering
want to lock a
angle.
diff right there, bro.
Working in
Just saying.
conjunction with the Hummer's
yeah,
X,
anyway.
which raises the suspension to its max height, and other
Yeah, we're
off-road
done
tech
with this.
features like under
Yeah.
Thanks, Chevy, but no thanks. Speaking of Hummers, I was, rolling back my memory today. Oh, wait, sorry. Yeah, actually, a Hummer truck.
Anyway.
So seeing
Speaking
off-road
of Hummer,
vehicles and watching
Jade, how
them
did you
jump
blow
and
your
stuff like
pants
that, and damn it. just watching them, rolling through off-road stuff today got me nostalgic. Felix knew my old Jeep. I mean, it was a big piece of crap when I got it, and
I wish I could have bought that Jeep when you left, man.
Oh well, yeah, I freaking put a 727 torque flight in it, and I converted it to automatic transmission and all that stuff. It was actually a decent little rig when I sold it, but it did. It's like watching these things, and they had just raced in Sturgis, and they took some Broncos up in the Black Hills and some of the old trails and rock crawling trails that I've been on. I'm like, oh my gosh, and it brought me back to this time that this dude met up with the Black Hills Four Wheelers, which is the little association I was with, said with a freaking H2 Hummer, like, I'm going on the trails with you guys. I'm like, no, you're not. Oh yeah, I any trail you guys can do, I can do. I'm like, no, you can't. Okay, just watch me. And like, I got a crappy CJ7, rear locker, and that's like it. 37-inch tires, carbureted with automatic transmission, and I know the truck. Boop, boop, bumper long, boop, 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 boop. They're pretty tight, but I got high diff clearance, and I literally get through a trail and get to the top and turn off on the side road to come back down and keep coming down, keep coming. When I'm done with the trail, and a quarter of the way up is this guy in a Hummer H2 with his wife in the passenger seat like this. Because he has bashed the running boards in, he has bashed the steps in. He's not taking direction from anybody that's trying to spot him. There's been like 4 different people trying to spot him over rocks and through obstacles, and he's just like, no, I got it. And the truck is too wide for the trail. He would not freaking take that as an excuse. And like, dude, I watched him bash this brand new Hummer up half this trail with it was his wife's truck. Supposedly that's what she drove daily, and she's sitting in the passenger seat, just arms crossed, just fuming. I'm like, he's like, no, we're getting through this. You're getting through this. I'm like, you're getting through this with 15 grand worth of body damage, bro. Have fun. And I went home. I'm like, I stopped by. I was like, you guys need help? There was a couple other guys from the organization like spotting him, and they're like, we're gonna try to get this idiot to turn off the next out, and if he doesn't, we're gonna leave him on the trail. I'm like, I would have left him back at the beginning. Like, he was so overconfident and like didn't believe us, and we we're very polite with him, very kind with him, like, hey man, this is not built for this trail. It's too wide, stock tires, like, it's gonna hurt.
Dude,
bad.
you have people like that. Like when I was in Oklahoma City, which is a big racing town, there's a lot of cars, a lot of drag racing. There's an autocross track within 2 hours of Oklahoma City. Well, more maybe about 2 some hours of Oklahoma City. And some even high-end spots in Oklahoma City, the patrons of or the people that run gas stations, some of them get rid of diesel or they add a pump for 101 or race gas in some of their pumps because there's a lot of high-end cars. So we would drive our imports and some domestics up to these pumps to fill our tank with race gas so it got into our system by the time we got to the drag track. And I remember once we were up there. There's about 5 of us rolling Eagle Talon, some Evos, some a couple Mustangs, Camaros, and we're all in line. And this Ferrari rolls up, and he's like putting 85 or 83 in his tank. And when he rolls up, I'm the second or third car, and I'm like, hey man, if you want to jump in real quick, I'll move after me. Just will not let the car come in. I'll let my boys know stop, and you roll in and just get some gas. He goes, for what? I'm like, well, because you're driving a Ferrari, blah, blah, blah. And I'm pretty sure it tells you on the dash high octane gas. He goes, yeah, I'm like, there's 101 over here. And he looked at me and he started talking shit. Well, luckily the owner of the shop walks over. Is a Russian cat, Andre Matin. And he literally runs down the specs of this dude's car, motor, cams, and everything. And the dude's like, well, why are you putting that gas in those little pieces of shit? And we kind of just...
They don't know.
I was like... And his wife is laughing the whole time. And Andre goes, pick any one of these cars to run now. And he has a thick Russian accent. And the guy goes, what? You want to race? We'll hit the interstate. You take any one of these cars, run now. And he ran one of our Evos on the interstate at a 30 to 45 miles an hour roll off.
Hopefully not with 87 in his tank.
And no, he did. And when he took off, you can hear the sputter in his motor. Not only did we insult the injury, we all stood behind the car he was racing, and as the guy pulled off, we all pulled off behind him and passed the dude off.
You can't fix stupid. Like, literally, you can't fix stupid. Like, it's funny because we'll try to end it on this. It's 10 o'clock, and we'll do some outros. But, the original Fast and the Furious, right? Paul Walker, Vin Diesel. If anybody remember these things, right? Original Fast and the Furious. Paul Walker, Vin Diesel are in the orange Supra, and they pull up at a stoplight next to a Ferrari. You're like, oh, man, what's the sticker on that? And the guy's like, more than you could afford, pal. And it was like Ferrari 355 or something like that. You look the resale value up on that right now, it's like $28,000. If you look the resale value up on the Supra that Paul Walker is driving right now, or something like similar, 93, 94 TT, USDM, blah, 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 it's like 80 to 90 grand. So it's very funny in reversal of roles. So, all right. It's 10 o'clock. We bothered all you guys for long enough. Thank you very much for sticking around with us. We'll do some outros now. Somebody want to do the slide besides me? I'll pull it up if anybody wants to read it.
I'll read it.
Do it, baby. Do it.
All right. So we're Vets Anonymous. You can follow us on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And on Tuesday nights, which you're listening to now, is Scram Jett with our own Web. Sometimes me, sometimes the American Felix, most of the time Cuddling Kittens. And then tomorrow night, in my opinion, the best show on our little network here is Crossroads with our own Combat Cricket, Miss Jade Lopez, Cuddling Kittens, Jen, and myself sometimes, and the American sometimes. And then on Thursday nights, our two favorite Marines. You got to love the Marines. They try so hard, but they're on. And Kyle is really doing a good thing. He's freaking over half, 2/3 of the way on his 3,000-mile run. And by the way, he's got new shirts out for the run. I just ordered 2 of mine today. And he's running across. He's going to finish up in Washington, D.C. And then you've got Tommy Indifferent. He does his thing with the ruck marches and the hikes and stuff like that. And they give us safety briefing. And so please like, follow, share, go look at our pages, go back on YouTube to watch old shows, go to Kyle's website, Venmo, because he's my brother. Please. Thank you all.
Yes. Thank you all very, very much. We love having you along for our little adventure and BS session. This is as much therapy for us as it is for anybody watching us. Again, interact with us in the comments. I know we get off on our little rants and raves and, you know, what we did with our weekends and stuff like that. Cuddling Kittens is exhausted. She's ready to go ahead and freaking move, man.
She had a long day.
Yeah, she had a long day. Thank you for even coming on. I didn't expect you at all. I know
You had a long day of watching,
feeling.
People like pack your stuff and
Oh, shut up.
I'm
You
just
know
giving
how.
shit. I'm
I was
just
trying
giving
to
her
keep my
shit.
toddler occupied when her normal schedule is all fucked up.
Yep.
It was painful.
Absolutely. We all know the struggle. It's just this constant stress of like all my lifelong belongings are being boxed up and shipped across country by strangers to an unknown location that I've basically never seen before. And yeah, you're basically putting all your trust and all your valuables in their hands, and it sucks.
I'm nervous that shit's gonna come up missing. I'm already anticipating.
Oh, trust me.
things
You
being
know, I
broke.
will let you know, Jen.
Right.
From when I was a kid as an Avy brat to now, a lot less comes up missing because they're held a lot more accountable than they used to be. Because when I was a kid, I literally had 2 full chests of trains, wooden boxes, like giant wooden boxes that were probably like, well, I was a kid, so dimensions are off, but it had to be at least like 2 to 3 foot wide by 2 foot wide because it was train tracks with all the trains.
Yeah.
And
train kit. Yeah.
Train kits. Plus, I do know this was at least 8 comic book boxes, long boxes, came up missing on a move.
It sucks. We definitely
but that
sympathize
stuff nowadays,
anybody.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it's minimized because there's a lot more accountability. Plus, you're not moving from overseas. You're moving conus to conus, so it's a lot more like it's harder to fudge the box tags they put on shit.
Yeah, no matter what, it sucks moving with the military. Please let us know if you need anything. Obviously, kittens.
Sanity.
Let us know.
I need sanity.
No, I can't help you with that. We don't have anything any of that in this group. So, Miss Sarah Bonner, we're doing a Face of America bike ride from Arlington, Virginia to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Hopefully, riding my bike for my NLLs. That's a long ride. Good luck on that, Sarah. Thanks for tuning in.
Motorcycle ride or pedal bike?
Pedal bike.
I'm sure.
Woo!
Pedal bike.
You know, there's bikes with like motors
With motors on them. Yeah, exactly.
You just put gas in them and you do this.
There you go.
And you can go like far.
What are you talking about? You just got one. You can't even say that. So
I'm up at 2,100 miles on my bike that I had just a month ago. So
that's cool. I did that in like a weekend, bro.
Wario. I see him and TJ. I'm glad TJ didn't get on because I have cool. I have something for you. I'm putting it out here, people. Listen up. Web 2, just like TJ. Weather depending, we're gonna do a day for day, mile for mile bike ride. See who gets the farthest.
I will rent a bike and still bust your ass.
Rent one.
100 miles.
Do it. Let's do it.
Minimum.
Do it. Okay, cool. It's 40 miles just to get into town for me. Another 40 to get to another places. I got another 80 going around the hills. I'll do that all day, son. I will take my feet
famous
to the
last
bike.
Words. Famous last words.
Let's go.
I will be up there next year in like June, July, and we're coming up there early. So just saying. All right. We definitely love you guys very much. Thank you for tuning in with us. Sorry if we bored you to death. Let's see. Yeah, do it. Felix, I think you need to do a pedal bike ride.
I ain't pedaling shit, son. I'm fat and old and retired. all I'm pedaling is pedaling sauce.
Pedaling golf. There we go. Sorry,
Here we go.
Sarah.
Here's my pedaling. Right here, pedaling.
Hey, buy
We're
this.
pedaling.
Hey, yo, buy this. You want to buy this? I got some of my motorcycle bags. I got some of my
bike bag. That's as much as them feet are moving. Is
oh my god.
brake, clutch.
Yep. All right. Thank you guys very much. Please join Crossroads tomorrow night with Combat Cricket, Uncle Si, and maybe Cuddling Kittens. She'd probably be in the middle of moving some boxes. But thank you for watching Veterans Anonymous Network, and we love you. See you next week.